Many people, primarily adults, prioritize everyone else. Not exclusively, but this is often the case of parents who are trying to take care of multiple different people and putting themselves last. Look, caring is great, but not balanced right, you'll sacrifice yourself and others over time. Look, the topic is navigating a fine line here, but what I'm trying to encourage is a bit of balance and finding strategies that work within your life rather than just pushing yourself completely to the side. What I constantly see is busy schedules which can lead to them being pushed last in line. Running out of time, so you suffer, which leads to inconsistency in the gym or with your food. I'm cutting a fine line here, but I constantly see this. The busy schedule leads to I don't have time. The caring for others leads to self-neglect, and I'll do it later leads to a level of inconsistency that's just too incompatible with what you want. It's hard, and we obviously can't drop everything, but there are some solutions that are 100% solvable that might be a little bit outside the box, considering the things you might have tried in the past. So here's what to do. First, and I'm not trying to be some kind of life coach, but it's understanding that taking care of yourself is necessary. Nearly everyone's heard the analogy of in airplanes, you got to put on your own seatbelt first before you can help others. This kind of effect can start to become really relevant to people with their fitness. And I say that because you might not be aware, you might be painstakingly aware, I don't know. A lot of people, when they're struggling to navigate their own fitness goals, lead to a sense of lack of confidence within themselves that can even affect small downstream conversations in their life, or talking down about themselves, or feeling like they're not setting a great example. And these are real things. They might not be obvious, but they're 100% there. Next, and this is quite important, is set realistic and compliable goals. So if you're going to have the mistake of saying, I'm going to get in the gym 5-6 days a week at 6 a.m., it's not going to happen if you're really tired and it's just too far away from what actually works for the current lifestyle. Suddenly going to the gym 1 to 2 times a week can be absolutely awesome. It cannot be, I'm going to only have chicken and broccoli, and when it's time for my daughter's wedding, I'm going to avoid having cake. It's too unsustainable. You need to find strategies that work within the framework of your busy life rather than create friction against it, because arguably the schedule can already be friction heavy enough between all the other different components of your life and all the other responsibilities. Next thing you got to do, and this might tie into training or the time you're going to meal prep, is schedule yourself in. I guarantee you're probably scheduled in when the kids' netball is going to be, when you're going to go see grandpa at the old person's home who needs help with whatever in their room, etc. You've probably done these things. When have you scheduled just a few minimalistic things for yourself? I'd book those in first. In the same way in business, they might say pay yourself first. In your schedule, you might just need to prioritize just those times you need, not overextended, but just something that can, again, line up with results, but is locked in for yourself first. Next, and this is a really relevant thing for my job as an online fat loss coach, as well as an in-person PT, is find a level of accountability that allows you to continue to show up. So people find it a lot harder when they're meant to see a personal trainer at 5 p.m. to cancel on a Monday versus, I might go to the gym where I'm not accountable to anyone but myself. The lifestyle creep of all stuff can creep in. I could go 6, 7, 8, 9 p.m. then it ends up not happening. So having defined points can be really handy. So once you got the accountability and realistic expectations had, is having enough flexibility, because we've been rigid in the first two, but enough flexibility within the overall elements of life to still go well with results. So if you did have that Monday, Wednesday you wanted to train, still giving yourself the mental fallback to falling back to a Thursday training session if you needed to. Or if a surprise dinner came up at night, you've made room the following day with less food or a little bit less calories earlier in that day, can still get the results. Or hey, you just take it in and you just understand that one day of the week, you're not going to be in a caloric deficit. But that's not enough of a reason to throw out the caloric deficit for the month. Orientating how you start to look at these things can have a big effect to people, particularly when you're overstressed and overbusy. Look, if you are this kind of caretaker, I'm sure you can relate to all this. And if everyone else is coming first, you have somehow become last. So all I'm asking for you to do is not to overhaul your whole life and not take care of others, but just to give yourself the small minimalistic bit of time. It will help you, it will help others more importantly as well if this is your correct framing of things. But the truth is you probably deserve this. You got this.